We're in the Hebrew month of Kislev, the darkest time of year in the northern hemisphere, and our tradition is telling us that we ought to sleep. I know I have offered this before in a Thoughtful Thursday, but it bears repeating that whenever this season comes around, it's still a busy season. There's still things going on. There are holiday celebrations to plan for, and this year, of all the years, it is in fact more stressful as we try to figure out how to safely connect with our families around these holidays that are there because it's so dark. So this year, I consider this message a PSA, a public service announcement, to just really lean into non-doing. It's hard. It's hard to pump the brakes, but this is a time of year that's inviting us to do that with all sorts of enticing alternatives, like spiced beverages and sitting by fires and fireplaces because it gets dark at 5 o'clock at night, so you might as well. Your Jewish tradition is telling you the same thing. During this month, our ancient mystical forebears taught that our sleep was more powerful. Yes, it gives us physical rest, but also during the month of Kislev, which is not a Hebrew word, but if we're punning on it in Hebrew, means a pocket of the heart. Our dreams live in these pockets of our hearts, according to our mystical forebears, and those dreams that come from the pockets of our hearts are actually connected to higher mystical realms where our souls sort of eavesdrop on God's plans, if God has plans, on what God is doing. So this month there's extra incentive to sleep. And our ancestors knew that maybe we just needed an additional invitation toward why should I sleep more? But maybe you're just listening to me and saying, okay, great, Rabbi, I will sleep more. So have a weekend full of sleep and let yourselves be refreshed by the rest and by whatever you find in the pockets of your hearts.